Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to SMA Negeri 4 Kota Sukabumi channel. Still with me, Restu Imaniar. Okay, dear students, today, as usual, we are going to learn about English. Bu Restu going to give you about grammar. Before, we have already learned about the speaking skills and writing one, and also listening and reading. Today, we are going to talk about grammar. What is it? Let's check it out. Students, okay, today we are going to talk and discuss about noun clause and adjective clause. Still with me, Ibu Restu Imaniar. We are going to talk and having fun with grammar. Okay, now what is actually noun clause and adjective clause? Do you want to know it more? Let's learn with me here today. Okay, this is what we have today, noun clause and adjective clause. Okay, before going on with noun clauses and also adjective clauses, let's take a look what is a noun exactly. Okay, perhaps it is better to think of nouns as either a subject, an object, or a complement. We have already know what is subject, what is an object, what is a complement, right? Okay, let's take a look on this example. Riani really likes to eat mochi. She always eat mochi, okay? And I give you the example, Riani eats mochi. Okay, Riani and mochi. Okay, and now Eva is a teacher. Eva is a teacher. I am a teacher too. Okay, let's see here. Riani is a subject, right? Eva is also a subject. Mochi is an object. And then a teacher is a complement. Okay, all of them are nouns. Okay, and then let's see here. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words containing a subject and a verb. It means that it has at least having one subject and one verb. Okay, for example, Ani reads. Okay, this is a clause. Ani is a subject and reads is a verb. Ida walks to school. Ida itself is a subject, right? And then walks is a verb, to school is a complement. Ida walks to school. Okay. Obviously, a sentence can have two or more clauses. The clauses are considered either independent or dependent one. Independent means it can stand alone, and dependent, it really depends on independent one. Okay, let's see here. I ate salad. You understand when I say I ate salad, that I ate salad. Okay, why I ate salad? I ate salad because I am on a diet. When I say I ate salad, you have already understand that. But when I say because I am on a diet, you will questioning. What is it? Because I'm on a diet. Why you are on a diet? Okay. And then the sentence, last week, for reasons I'll never understand, my son got a nose piercing. Okay. Actually, last week my son got a nose piercing. We have already understand what is the meaning of that, right? But we add with additional information with for reason I'll never understand. It is also a clause. Which one is the independent and which one is dependent one? Last week, my son got a nose piercing is an independent clause, while for reason I'll never understand is a dependent clause because for reason I'll never understand cannot stand alone. You cannot understand what's the meaning for reason I'll never understand. What do you mean with that? Right? Okay. Now go on with what is a noun clause? A noun clause is a clause that takes the place of a noun, or sometimes we can say it as modifying a noun. Okay. In other words, it is either a subject, okay, an object, and also complement. Okay, let's take a look at some example to better understand what a noun clause does. Let's see here. A pizza. Okay. I'm fasting anyway. Okay. But let's see here. Okay. I give you as an example sentence. We can eat pizza after iftar, after buka puasa, right? Okay. We can eat pizza. The pizza here, somehow we can replace it with whatever you want. Okay, pizza could be replaced by whatever you want. We can see here that we is a subject, eat, of course, it is a verb, can and modals. The pizza is an object. The object here can be modified by saying whatever you want. After whatever, we have another subject and verb. Which one is the subject? Yes, you is the subject and want is the verb. Okay, this is the examples of a noun clause. Because we is a noun, pizza is also a noun, right? Okay. Now, whatever you want here, remember, okay, the whatever you want here, this is a dependent clause because we cannot understand whatever you want. What do you mean with by saying whatever you want? We don't understand that, right? It has a subject and a verb. Yes, you is subject, verb yeah, want. Okay, it has a subject and verb, but it is not a full sentence. That is because it doesn't express a complete idea. Okay? It could be dependent clause and independent one. Okay, let's go on. Okay, see here, we have first words. What is it? Somehow, some people say that first word is relative pronouns. Okay? A noun clause or noun clauses can often be recognized by their first word. Okay, some include suffix ever. For example, who added by ever, it becomes whoever, or wherever, whenever, or whichever. Okay, and others include whether or if, and most contain question words such as who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, and that is another commonly used first word. However, it is often omitted from a sentence in spoken English. We sometimes just omit it, okay, from our spoken English. For example, I believe that my husband loves me. I believe my husband loves me. Right? Okay. To find a noun clause, we have to search for the verbs and preposition in a sentence. For example, I wonder why she didn't come to class today. Where is Uki? I wonder why she didn't come to class today, for example. Okay, wonder and come is put after subject, right? Both of them are verbs. It indicates a noun clause. Okay, or you should think about what you want to achieve next year. About here is a preposition. Okay, it a conjunction to join two clauses with you want to achieve next year. Okay, you should think about what you want to achieve next year. What you want to achieve next year is a noun clause. Okay, let's go on to more examples. Okay. I have already given you some example, but this is extra examples. Okay, I hope you can understand better. Okay, what he said inspired me. Okay, what he said is a noun clause. Function or act as a subject. He. Okay, it modifies he. Okay, and then the next example is once you retire, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay, here the noun clause is a direct object of the verb do. Okay, and then the last example is young people need to think about what they will do in the future. What they will do in the future is a noun clause. It is the object of a preposition about. I hope you can understand that, okay? Okay, students. Now, let's go on to adjective clause. What is an adjective clause exactly? Okay, we have four classes for adjective clause, defining it. Okay, it is dependent clause. It means that it can stand by its own. Okay, it must be joined to independent clause. Okay, and what else? Describe nouns and pronouns. Okay, as what we have already learned just now, that adjective clause describe nouns and pronouns. And then it is often placed in a sentence right after the noun they describe. Okay, what he said or the examples just we have already. Okay, and the last function is adding details to sentences by functioning as adjectives. Okay, go on. Okay, the adjective clause has relative pronouns. Okay, or the first word just we mentioned earlier is who refers to people, used as subject in the clause, and then whom refers to people used as subject or object of preposition, and that which, okay, or sometimes we can replace which with that, refers to things or animals, non-human nouns. Okay, and then whose refers to possession or ownership. It belongs to someone, maybe something like that. Okay, and where refers to a place. For example, in plus country, in Indonesia, in America, or in plus city in Sukabumi. Okay, or at school, here at school. And then why refers to a reason. Actually, we can omit why when we use for reasoning. For example, I don't know why. Okay, I don't know the reason why. Somehow we can omit it. We can use why or we can omit it as you wish. Okay. Now, I would like to give you a more detailed types of adjective clause. Adjective clause is divided into two types. The first one is defining relative clauses, or sometimes people say it is restrictive relative clauses. And then the second type is non-defining relative clauses, or it is also known as non-restrictive relative clauses. Okay, what are the difference between both of them? Let's see here. Defining relative clauses add essential information. So we cannot omit the additional information because it is essential. If we omit it, it will be meaningless, or it's not giving us a complete idea. Okay, and then non-defining relative clauses only add additional information. Somehow we can omit it, but the meaning remains the same. Okay, and then defining relative clauses are not set off by comma. We do not commonly use comma in defining relative clauses, but in non-defining relative clauses, we commonly use commas at the end and at the beginning and at the end of the clauses. Okay, because it is only additional information. Okay. Defining relative clauses can begin with that. Okay, who or which or whom or anything, we can replace it by that. But in non-defining relative clauses, we cannot begin with that. Okay, this is the example. Okay, I have a brother. His name is Andri. He lives in Bandung and he is an accountant. Okay, I will give you two examples. The first one is, my brother who lives in Bandung is an accountant. Okay, and then the second one is, my brother who lives in Bandung is an accountant. Okay, let's see here. My brother who lives in Bandung is an accountant. This sentence suggests that I have more than one brother. The word or the clause who lives in Bandung identify this brother who lives in Bandung, not the one who lives in Bogor. Okay, whereas the second sentence, my brother with comma who lives in Bandung is an accountant, this sentence suggests that I only have one brother who lives in Bandung. The exact brother, only one. Okay. This is extra examples of adjective clause. Okay, we can see here about defining the relative clause and non-defining one. Okay, let's see here. It is my beloved husband who, okay, or we can also use that, advise me to keep trying in this subject. It is my beloved husband. Okay, it is a sentence, a clause, who function, who advised me or that advised me to keep trying in this subject, give essential information to it is my beloved husband, to my beloved husband. Okay, we cannot omit the relative pronouns. Okay, then you have already know Hachiko, right? It is a pet, it's a dog. Okay, Hachiko is the pet. Okay, why the pet? Because it is only Hachiko and it's only one. We have already known Hachiko. Okay, which, okay, we can use which, or we can replace which with that. Usually waits for his master at the station. Okay, Hachiko. It's Hachiko who waits, which wait for his master at the station. Not who. It is non-humans noun. Okay, we use which, or we can replace it with that. But in non-restrictive clause, okay, or non-defining clause, we cannot use that. Okay, so we only can use like this. My sister, who is a very good tailor, okay, in comma, is planning to open a boutique. Can we omit who is a very good tailor? Yes, we can still understand my sister is planning to open a boutique. Right? Okay, but I give additional information. Why? This is my sister. She is a very good tailor. Okay, my sister who is a very good tailor. Okay, what will he do? What will she do? Is planning to open a boutique. Okay, the last examples, my bike or motorcycle, my bike, which was parked in the garage. Everyone knows my bike. Okay, which bike? Which was parked in the garage has been stolen. Even when I say my bike has been stolen, you can still understand what is it about, right? Okay, that's the end of our explanation today. We will discuss about it later after some additional advertisement, maybe? Okay, thank you. Dear students, that's all the explanation from me today about noun clause and adjective clause. Hope you will understand what we are discussed today. And if you have another question, you can contact me via WhatsApp or maybe in the chat box in the YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to see me again in another session with another explanation. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.